good morning. I've been working really hard on a couple of projects, and I have been fascinated with the idea of smaller dolls in like boxes. I've been watching a lot of Instagrammers who basically have like a box and then they'll put a mattress and a pillow and a blanket and then their doll in there, and then they'll add some accessories like dresses and things. So I've been really fascinated with that idea, and so I found this one tutorial online and I will have it linked down below, but I've been following a pattern for, I think they call it a cookie or Cuquis doll. Maybe I should look it up and see what it means. Maybe it means doll, I don't know. But I made this doll and she's got a super cute dress. Now this was supposed to be an accessory, this wig cap looking thing, but instead of using it as an accessory, I thought it would be a cute hair wig cap. So I kept it as is, and then I just added these braids to the side to make it look like she's got little piggy braided hair. And then I'm gonna try and give her some other hairstyles as well, so that you can just remove it and change her hairstyle that way. And then I wanted to give her some other outfits. So in that channel where I found this tutorial, you can find the doll pattern and the dress pattern for free. Also, she has a pattern for this mermaid tail. So she's got this outfit. And if you notice, I don't have her face on just yet, but I will be working on that. And currently she lives in this cute little box. Super cute toile looking pattern. And I picked it up in my most recent Japan trip this past summer. And she fits perfectly in here. So I really want to give her a custom fitted mattress, blanket, and pillow, and just call it like a set. So I really love the idea of gifting something like this. I don't know, it just gets me all excited. And then I do know that I believe Cassandra from Craftably Ever After mentioned in passing a crochet along that she wants to work on with this same idea of like a toy in a box kind of thing. I've seen them in suitcases, in shoe boxes, little Altoids, tin cans, and things like that. I mean, they're all different kinds of container ideas, but I just the idea of a little toy and accessories, I think it's fun. And then my most recent project, I was watching a YouTuber. She inspired me to look at my current Amigurumi library. And then I got inspired by this book. Now this book has a lot of accessories. Like she's got a ton of different outfits. And let me just show you the back here. She's got, so it's just one doll base. And then you've got all these different outfits that you can dress her up in. So I really love that, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting her in a box, so I'm working on a doll for this box, and I have the doll base, and I do have some accessories for her. Now the first one that I did for her is the pajamas. So she's got a little pajama top, her matching pants. I just noticed she doesn't have any booties or anything. She's got her little nightcap. Isn't that so cute? I don't think this outfit comes with booties or anything. Yeah, so this outfit doesn't come with booties, but I was thinking of stretching my creativity and seeing if I can come up with some bunny slippers of some kind. I think that would be super cute. Now she does come with an accessory, which is a little teddy bear, and I haven't made it yet, but I do intend to make it eventually. Now this is outfit number 1. Now my second outfit is Little Red Riding Hood. Now she comes with a red dress, a red cape, and she's actually the doll on the front of this book. So she has a cape, some red booties, and a little basket, which I'm not done yet. I still need to add some leather or some kind of fabric strap to it, and then it'll be complete. Again, this doll does not have her hair or her face. The face I'm not worried about. I'm gonna give her some embroidered eyes following Cassandra from Craftably Ever After's tutorial. But her hair, I'm kind of postponing on it because I really wanna experiment with her hair. Instead of giving her like a traditional yarn hair, I almost want to experiment with like those store-bought synthetic hairs, like hair wefts, or even yarn, but in a different way, where you're brushing it out, and I don't know, or even roving, yarn roving, because I mean, if you look at this one, this, I believe, is roving yarn, or maybe, what do you call that? The raw wool, and I believe it's needle felted in. I really love this look of hair, so, and I've never done it before. It's a little intimidating, but I want to give that a try, and so that's why she doesn't have hair yet. But here's my Little Red Riding Hood. And then I also have the, she's a little farmer, I guess. So she's got her dungarees, her blue t-shirt, dungarees, her straw hat. She also shares the same straw bucket as Little Red Riding Hood. And then she has some brown boots to match. So super cute. And then my current project that I'm working on that is still in the works is the baker. Let me just show you. Okay, so here's the baker. Isn't she super cute? Now, I did make her dress according to pattern, and I was not happy. So I ripped it back and then I modified it almost to completion. And I didn't love it. It was just, I didn't like it. Miko thought it was okay, but I was like, oh my gosh, it's so, I called it ugly. I don't know how else to describe it except for ugly. I did not like it. It looked like a t-shirt dress. And then it has like these really drastic emphasized hip area, and then these obvious seams. I just was not happy. And then so I got the idea to just follow the Little Red Riding Hood's dress for the baker's dress. It's much prettier. And then this part can be sort of like the frosting on a cake. So I thought this would be much better. And I'm gonna write in my notes never to follow that pattern again, because I did not like it. There was not one thing that I liked about that pattern. The way it was designed, the way that it was constructed, the finished project was just not, it wasn't flattering for the doll. So this is what the dress is looking like so far. And yeah, no, here. And then I have to do her apron and her little hair accessory, and then her cupcake accessories and things. So yeah, this is how it's looking so far. I don't think with all of the outfits that I'm intending to make for her is going to fit in here. So right now it's looking rather cluttered with all of her outfits. So I think I may have to upgrade her box and then go from there. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I recorded some clips of my experience and my thought process and modifications that I've made to many of the patterns in this My Crochet Doll book, and I wanted to share them with you. So I hope you enjoy. And if you do, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Thanks. I'm working on this book and I'm trying to make the base doll right now. And this is how the head is coming out. And if you look really closely at the shaping of this end here, it looks a little textured, kind of similar to the bottom of water bottles or maybe pumpkins, how it has little bumps. That's what this looks like. And that's due to the number of stitches per round. And this is the head complete. And if you look at the head, I'm not sure, so I'm assuming that this is the head, the top of the head. And I can't see how this bottom part is going to come together for the neck. So after a lot of thought, I'm thinking that this is actually the bottom of the head. That would make more sense. And then the hair is going to fit on the top of the head. And that would make more sense as to how the doll head is going to be shaped. So if you are working this pattern and you're wondering the same thing, that I think that's what's going on. And it's not explicit in the pattern itself. It doesn't say that you're working the head from top to bottom or from bottom up. So I had to basically think and use the pictures as reference to kind of figure this thing out, because yeah, it just didn't make sense. How is this head going to have the shaping towards the bottom of the head to come towards the neck? And so this makes more sense, how she explains the scalp fitting on the top of the head. Originally I was thinking, okay, this is the head, here's the scalp, and it's gonna fit on top of the head, because that is how most patterns are written, but this is unconventional in that sense. So keep that in mind when working up this pattern. So after thinking about the construction of how the head and scalp is put together, I've decided to just combine the two parts together. Instead of working the scalp as it's written, I'm going to work it opposite, like upside down, if you will, so that I can continue from the head onto the scalp and then close it up at the top, because I want the whole head to be just skin tone color. And the reason why is because I wasn't sure how low I wanted the hairline to be. So here, as you can tell, you can see the scalp portion. There's this straight bit here, and that's the color of the scalp. And I didn't want that as part of my doll. So instead, if you can imagine this triangular section as the skin tone, I would rather the hair color just be whatever the hair color, and wherever it falls, it'll give that face framing shape. But I don't want a straight line for her hairline, if you will. So Instead, I'm going to work the head and scalp together as a skin tone color, and then when I attach the hair, that's just going to be the hair. So when I'm working the two parts together, I'm actually working the scalp upside down in reverse from what the pattern is written, so that I can continue from the head, continue up to the scalp, upside down if you will, and then just finish it off. And it should look somewhat similar to this end of the head. So it'll end up being like a ball shape. I'm working on the Little Red Riding Hood's outfit right now, her dress portion. And this is what it's looking like so far. And I don't know about you, but it's not looking anything like what the book is portraying. Mine's is looking pretty fitted, actually. And I'm not sure, once I close up the shoulder portion to create the sleeves, how I'm going to be able to take the dress on and off. And I would love for this to be able to be removable. So I am going to heavily modify this pattern so that it can become removable. Not only that, but it's looking like a fitted dress. And if you look here, it's looking like an A-line dress. Let me just flip through here and get to the section with the other photos. So these are the other photos, and if you look here, it's clearly defined as a loose fitting A-line dress, and mine's just not looking like that. So I would like to get to this, and in order to get to that, I'm going to have to modify it heavily with testing. And you know me, I mean, it comes with the job, but I'd much rather have the pattern written properly so I can replicate the pattern according to how it's intended to be. But so far, this book is definitely not for beginners. You definitely have to have some experience under your belt so that you can make these modifications accordingly. This is how the dress looks, and it's mostly complete with all the panels, minus the trim. And this is the second time I've made this with my modifications. I am simply not happy. I don't like the shaping even though I modified it. It was even more curvy prior to my modifications, and I just hate the visible seams on the sides. They just look so awful. Also, the collar is part of the dress design, but as the photos depict, the dress is put on backwards, and so the collar is not even visible. I put on the dress as it says in the book, but the pictures has it on backwards, which is how I want the dress to look anyways. I'm just not happy at all with this dress. I don't like the bulky seams, the overall shaping, and the collar is useless. So it needs a total overhaul. So what I'm deciding to do instead is use the Little Red Riding Hood dress as the base pattern for the baker's dress. I did make some modifications to the original Red Riding Hood dress pattern, including this two-part panel in the back with a loop and button closure. The original pattern has two panels, the same for the front and the back, but I split the back panel into two parts in order to allow for the button closure, which allows for easy removability. I also closed the shoulder area more because I thought it was too big otherwise, and it gives a boat neck look. I also modified the shaping of the bottom of the dress. The original pattern gives an A-line fitted type of dress, but I modified it so that it flares out a little more and gives it more of a looser, flowy look. I am utterly disappointed in this dress pattern, so I'm just going to have to frog everything back and start anew. I love the look and silhouette of this red dress. I may end up adding the trim to the end of the sleeves and the neckline, but we'll see as I get to that part. I also love the idea of adding this ruffle edge for the baker's dress because it kind of resembles the frosting at the bottom of cakes to me. So that will work out nicely, I think. I will match it with the other trims and I think that will look super cute. I just wanted to share a quick life update with you because it will be affecting my posting schedule for the next few weeks, upcoming weeks. You will not be seeing me here on the tube until possibly like the earlier portion of next month because we are currently renters and we're currently considering moving. And because of that, and with such short notice and a whole bunch of stuff to pack, it's gonna be a lot for me to film and edit and post. So I'm going to be busy with packing and things. We're not quite sure if we're gonna be moving yet. We're still kind of deciding. And then once we get the ball rolling, it's gonna roll really fast. And there are so many things that are kind of colliding together all at once with everybody's schedule. Mr. Didu is super busy with work. Miko is super busy with testing in school. And I'm gonna be busy trying to purge whatever extra excess things that we have around the house that we don't want to be moving into the new place if we do decide to move. So I just wanted to give you that quick update just so you know I'm not falling off the edge of the earth again. It's because of life happening. So hopefully you will see me in either in a new environment or the same environment, but hopefully with less clutter. I don't know, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.